welcome to this episode of my YouTube channel. I'm gonna try something a little bit different today. I've been interviewed maybe 10,000, 100 million, gajillion times in my life. And I always get asked mostly the same questions. So I decided that it would be fun if I let Emmy and Max ask me some questions. I'm sure they have some questions and I'm sure they'll be interesting. So here we go. Emmy, Max.
Yes.
You can ask me anything you want in the whole entire world. Ask me anything.
What was the most trouble you got in when you were my age?
Oh wow. When I was your age?
Or like
Well,
whatever,
first of all,
just whatever.
okay,
Or when you were a kid.
I used to get in trouble all the time. Well, first of all, I was a little bit like Max. I used to love to run and play. I was more of a tomboy than Leslie or Linda, but that's not how I got in trouble. How I got in trouble was that I used to sneak out of the house. What I do is my room was on the second floor and there was a little roof. And then there was a roof and underneath it there was like a shed. And so I used to put a ladder on the shed. And then I used to climb out and climb down the ladder and then jump off the roof of the shed.
How did they not hear you?
They didn't hear me at first. I also used to get punished a lot. I don't know why. I don't remember why. I was a really good kid, but you know, my mom would be like, get up to your room! And so she'd leave us up there for a while and I'd be listening to music or whatever, and then when I get bored, I just run out. I'd go play with my friends. But one day she checked and I wasn't there. And she was like, where did this little one? She looks out the window, she sees the ladder.
So like you're living with grandma?
Let me tell you, it's a long story. You know what it was like? It was fun. My favorite thing, and you know this about grandma because you know she's fun now, and even though she's crazy, she was a fun mom. First of all, she was a young mom. She got married at 20. She had Titi Leslie 11 months later, so she got pregnant right away after she got married, and she had all three of us by the time she was 26. So she had 3 little babies. So it was like having triplets at 26 years old. Could you imagine? So she was going a little crazy. I had you two
sort of
when I was 37 and it was hard. And I wanted to jump out the window so many different times because when one of you cried and the other one cried, I was like, what do I do? You can't cry when she cries. So there was that. And because she was a young mom, because she was 26, it was almost like having a big sister. And so she used to love to dance. She always wanted to be an actress, which people don't know, and a singer and a dancer. She was an amazing dancer. You know, grandma, when she comes into the room, she takes over. Feliz Navidad, pa, 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 pa. Feliz Navidad, pa, 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 pa. She was a stay-at-home mom while grandpa went out and he worked nights. So a lot of times at night we were alone at home and she would put on music and we'd dance around and we'd make up plays and she'd make believe that she was dead and we would yes, and we'd be like, mommy, no, and she'd be laughing a little bit. Also explains a lot about me and my sisters, but she was a fun mom.
Let's see, what did you like to do when you were my age?
What did I like to do? You're 11, so I used to like to play softball.
Oh, a little softball.
I loved it. I played shortstop. You know, Alex always makes fun of me that I was a shortstop too, but I was, and I was great at it. As he likes to say, great.
Were you short when you were my age?
I was short.
I am short.
You won't be short forever.
Well, I will be short forever.
Max, stand up.
How did this happen? You're twins.
I know.
Okay, sit down.
Do you think that math is useless? Well, did you think that math is useless?
No, I didn't think math is useless.
Like,
I
were you
wasn't
just
my favorite.
saying it, like adding fractions is useless because usually in the real world it's decimals. You use decimals.
Yes, but
fractions.
yes. When you're in school, you think, why am I learning this? But at the end of the day, when you learn it, you realize at some point in your life, you're like, oh, I actually needed that, or actually that's helpful, useful information. Even if, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Either one of you?
Yes.
Give me this phone.
I know.
I mean, the phones are crazy. No, phones. That's it. Here's what I'm finding out. You guys are not really interested in my answers. You're more interested in your questions.
No, we're interested in the answer.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Emmy.
No.
Am I your favorite?
Yes. What?
I told her not about to ask that.
I don't have a favorite. I don't believe in favorites. No, I love you. I can never think of one of you more than the other. I don't understand that. I just don't. I love you both so much. That's it.
Being a mom different than you expected?
Yes. You cannot imagine what it's like to be a mom until you are a mom. I remember I used to give my friends who had kids advice all the time, and once, and they would look at me like I had 3 heads, and then when I had you two, the minute I had you two, I literally apologized to all my friends.
This is not how you do
And I
it.
said, and I go, I'm so sorry I didn't understand what it is to have a child. And everything I ever said to you about raising kids, forget it and I'm sorry. And that's a true story, And you realize that the love that you have for your kids is so deep that all the normal rules for other people don't apply. And so, yes.
How did you feel when you found out you were having twins?
Oh, okay, so this is a good story. Are you gonna let me tell it?
Yes.
So, here's the thing. When I realized I was pregnant, I was in Portugal. I was doing a big show. I just went away for 2 days. And when I sat there, I was in my hair and makeup trailer, and here's what I felt. In my belly, I felt a flutter. And I felt like a little butterfly in my stomach, and I'm like, immediately I knew I have life inside me. I knew it, like it came right into my head. So we went to the doctor, and and we're sitting there, and they're giving me an ultrasound on top of my belly. My belly was still flat. The doctor says, you see that right there, that little grain of rice? That's the baby. And we were like, oh my God, we're having a baby. He goes, you see this other little grain of rice over here? That's the other baby. I was like, what? And I started laughing hysterically. I just laughed out loud. I couldn't believe it. And that's how I found out I was having twins. Yes.
Do you remember your first crush?
Yes, I do.
Who was it?
I was in 3rd grade, and I had a crush on a boy named... He was very cute. He had a big nose, if I remember correctly.
Big Neil.
Maybe we bleep that name so nobody comes looking for me or says, I know from the Bronx. Big blue eyes, a big nose, black hair, and he used to ride his bike down my street. And I was just in love with him. So that was my first crush. That doesn't mean that you guys should, have crushes. We're good without crushes for a while.
What's your favorite thing about me?
My favorite thing about Max is his sense of humor and his incredible vocabulary. Also, your big heart. You have an enormous heart and caring, and I love that about you. My favorite thing about Emmy is her joyful demeanor. She's always happy. And her artistic qualities. I love to hear Emmy sing, her voice. By the way, I love to hear both of you guys sing.
The only way you can ever hear her sing
is in the shower.
Yes,
I sing my heart out in the shower.
If she's in the shower and you walk by a room, you can just hear like...
You can hear it throughout the whole house, I bet you.
Really?
From here?
Yeah.
All the way over there?
Yeah. Who's your favorite singer?
1 sec.
Who's your favorite singer,
I
Max?
don't know.
Other than you.
I was not fishing for a compliment.
You're my mom.
We lost Max, but we knew we would. I think that you could have gone a lot deeper, so I'm really, really excited that you didn't. But this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of our YouTube channel. Say goodbye, Emmy, Max.
Bye.
We'll see you next time.
I can't say it because of copyright reasons, because this is going on YouTube.